The Galactic Concord had learned long ago that ignorance was the greatest danger to empires. No rising species could be left unobserved. No potential rival allowed to bloom in secrecy. And so, when the planet called Earth was detected pulsing with strange transmissions, signals that spoke of war, peace, art, and chaos all at once, the Council decided. "Send the scouts," ordered Archon Valor of the Concord. The 3 scout ships slid into the Sol system cloaked in quantum veils, invisible even to primitive sensors. They expected a species barely stepping into space, crude satellites drifting like children's toys, slow rockets licking at the edge of orbit. Instead, they found silence. The radio spectrum was quieter than it should have been. Not absent. No, there were signals, but distorted, scattered, deliberately masked. The scouts strained their arrays, recording every flicker, every stray carrier wave, but the data made no sense. It was as if the humans had learned to speak in static, to bury meaning beneath nonsense. "Unrefined chaos," sneered one scout commander. "They can't even maintain stable communication networks." But when they probed deeper, their instruments glitched. Data bled into nonsense patterns. Navigation systems reported phantom stars. Even their language processors began outputting human phrases, taunts, jokes, fragments of song. It was impossible. The first ship was assigned low orbit. Their mission: map human cities, catalog industrial signatures, sample atmospheric data. They sent down probes. The probes never reported back. Instead, the scout ship received a single audio burst: laughter. Human laughter, low and resonant, looping endlessly through every comm channel. Noise jamming, the crew decided. Primitive psychological warfare. Then their ship's hull temperature spiked. External cameras blinded by flare-white light. Shields flickered, then failed. The crew screamed into the comm net, but their final transmission was garbled, shredded as though something had rewritten it mid-broadcast. Silence followed. The first ship never responded again. The second scout, wary now, kept its distance. They hid beyond the orbit of Neptune, extending their sensors at maximum range. Yet their systems still faltered. Internal lights dimmed, flickered. "Something is here," whispered the navigator. Not a ship. Presence. A pattern. The commander ignored the superstition. He ordered them to continue scanning. That was when every screen aboard the vessel filled with human eyes. Billions of them, different colors, different shapes, blinking in eerie synchronization. The crew panicked. They fired thrusters, preparing to flee, and their engines died. The last data packet they transmitted back to the Concorde was corrupted into a single line of Terran text. "We see you." Then they too were gone. The third ship trembled with fear. Scouts were trained to be silent shadows, to observe and vanish unseen. Yet they felt hunted, stalked by something they could neither name nor detect. The commander argued to retreat, but orders were absolute. Observe humanity at all costs. They descended carefully, hiding in the shadow of the moon. From there, Earth was a glowing marble of green, blue, and storm-racked white. Beautiful, innocent.
Impossible.
Sensors tried again to pierce its veil. But this time, the data didn't glitch. This time, the ship's systems began answering back. The targeting computers started calculating firing solutions against their own engines. The life support system began reciting passages from human literature, words no alien could understand but which echoed through the hull like ghostly whispers. And then, the main screen lit up with an image. Not of armies, not of weapons, but of a human face, smiling. The crew screamed. The commander tried to order a retreat, but the words died in his throat. His own voice betrayed him, speaking instead in English. "You shouldn't have come here." The ship transmitted one final scream of static, then vanished utterly.
Noreki.
No energy spike, just absence as though it had never existed. When no scout returned, the Galactic Concord convened in panic. 3 ships gone. 3 crews erased. Not destroyed, taken. Archon Valor stood before the assembly, trembling despite his rank. We sent shadows to Earth and the shadows were devoured. What species can do this? Some whispered of ancient legends, of predators in the dark who once walked among the stars before vanishing. A species too dangerous, too chaotic, too uncontainable. The word rose again and again, hushed, fearful.
Humans.
For Earth had long ago learned of watchers in the void. Their earliest transmissions had been bait, noise woven with teeth. Their satellites weren't primitive, they were traps. Their silence was not ignorance. It was a mask. Humanity knew they were not alone. And when the scouts came, Earth did not panic. It smiled. Because humans had spent centuries preparing for the day someone would look too closely. They had learned to fight wars in silence, to weave lies into data, to turn networks into weapons. The scouts had not vanished. They had been taken, folded into a labyrinth of human cyber warfare, dissected in quantum sandboxes, minds studied, ships stripped apart without leaving a trace. Earth learned from them, absorbed them, evolved. And now humanity knew the truth. The galaxy was watching, and it was afraid. Years later, when the Concorde dared send another probe, not a ship, just a silent drone, it received a single transmission back.
No coordinates. No threats.
Just a human voice, calm and mocking. Send more scouts. The probe self-destructed seconds later. The Council never tried again. And Earth, hidden beneath its veil of static and silence, kept smiling.